missed this tune. Hey guys, welcome back. Muffin Bastard here, coming in with another episode of Doki Doki. It's getting close to Halloween, so I just thought we'd need some scares. So what I thought was, yeah, let's just play some anime. Why not? I have not picked up this game since August. It's a long time. So let's get it back. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Muffin. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. Eh? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Yuri? Why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Aha. Sayori nervously retrieves her own coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. She then turns it upside down and lets the contents spill out onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming into the club room. So either you're not hungry, or you wanted an excuse to take a walk. Or you planned to conveniently forget that you spent all your money, so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so, that leaves only one option. She's crying. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. God damn. My guy's a savage. Hey, it's Yuri. Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her books, as always. Aha! I wasn't listening or anything. I was just... something in my book. Yuri! Tell Muffin to let me borrow some money. That's... Don't get me involved with that. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Ah, I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. You really like speaking your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think of that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the retribution. That. Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside of all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. You wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Oh, Jesus! Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow, what was... Huh? A cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. Of course it was the little one. I was just gonna give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction though. That's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears the wrapper open and takes a big bite. So good. Oomph. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Ah, looks like yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez, beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Oh. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Geez, you're such a kid sometimes. Look who's talking. Monica, can I tell Sayori... Huh? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Ugh. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I wonder why. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Eh? You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. Eh, that's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I lost track of time. Aha. That makes no sense though. You would have at least heard the bell ring at least. I must have not heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I just kind of started recently. I've always wanted to learn the piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. That's... Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. Yay. That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Muffin. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. And I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, did I miss anything? Not really. I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has settled down. Sayori somehow finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to our book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. She's in the closet. Who would have guessed? I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from her reading. I catch a glimpse over at the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes met for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I've made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm rereading this a bit, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear it. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled The Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol in the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in a high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by people who escape from human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she desperately needs to choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and spends her life, and then her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri may sound like it's going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Muffin? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems so completely different. It's just those kind of things. They challenge you to look at life from a strange perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals and their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you were relating to the protagonist, they are made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. Forgot how much reading I had to do. My lips are getting all chapped. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writings fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please, stop me if I stop talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you were looking forward to it. Just let me get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open up the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri meant about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not particularly a bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over, and it looks like she's reading from my book instead. So sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, and then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each learn a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I used my right hand to hold the book open. I guess this makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumbs and forefingers. I do the same thing with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face as she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Huh? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'm able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading that, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me as if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it a bit by my own violation. Volation? We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side to catch it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she also second guesses a lot of the things she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. Ooh. It's not like I can see into your head or anything. But they're like, kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Muffin, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. But wait. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I'm more meant that's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We may not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if I haven't been looking forward to this. If you haven't been looking forward to this. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on the top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters on your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Who should I show my poem to first? Let's start with Sayori. Ooh, I like this one. It has some nice feelings in it. I'm glad. Still though, your tone makes it sound like you liked yesterday's poem better. I guess you caught me. Sometimes you know me a little too well for my own good. Well, don't try and be nice about it. Just don't try to be nice about it. If I'm doing a bad job, then I'd rather just hear it. No. I still like this one, I promise. You know, I wouldn't lie to you. Never ever. Yeah, I guess so. What made yesterday's poem so great compared to this one then? I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. That's why I just go with my heart. If it makes you feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is the more important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Why don't you at least try giving me some thought? You want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a bit of both? There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad? I can't see you things liking something that's sad. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give that rain cloud a little hug. And it makes it a nice happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. Yeah, it is? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Alright, let's give this a look. Oh, there's a lot. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like a lid of a cookie jar. It's like the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. But there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts. In bottles, all in a row. My collection makes lots of friends, each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Jesus. Finally all done. I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 inside my head. Whoa. That's really weird. That is a weird poem. I don't... Holy crap. Yuri, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever? Yeah, but... I mean, I didn't expect something like this, coming from you. Monica taught me the whole lot. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being so cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good. You should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like it was meant to express myself in this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Yuri always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it like there's no week, more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times, but seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Alright, let's do Monica next. Hi again. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. Ah, crap, I didn't read it. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. It wouldn't hurt. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Maybe want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. Gave my poem to Monica. Alright, great job. I was going ooh in my head while I was reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't exactly expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes things simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes when the readers are left to derive out their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write things like that. Both allowing people to get something out of it. Yeah, it's good. Or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It could take years of practice, but I'm assuming Yuri has all of this at the point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry about it so much. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. Ooh. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Blue, red, green, blue. An endless cacophony? Cacophony, I don't know. Of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine? Cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. Load me. That's, load me. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess that's the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just kind of the thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing in my own space on paper. Choosing where to write. Choosing where and how I space poems. I don't know. I can't English today. I don't know why. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines, really short, makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be abstract as physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip for the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this a tip about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Save your game. Alright, let's speak to Yuri. She'll like our story. Let's see what you've got written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? How did you pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday you were telling me you had kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to give it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes out and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer her that patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my own writing, it makes me really happy. Are you saying that you've never shared your own writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share your poem? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night, while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an ordinary human. As an unordinary human, oh. I gave the raccoon a piece of my bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon was an urge. Raccoon. The moon incriminates and inseminates, incriminates its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto a newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. classic pavilion conditioning. I slice the bread and feed it, and feed myself again. Oh. Wow, okay. Are you calling yourself a raccoon or something else? That's some strange storytelling. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. I'm using the poem as a canvas to express my vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take them at face value, I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something about different people can relate to in their own way. I used to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. For those sort of things, I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So, I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. You don't have anything like that. Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. It's even difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would have completely hated myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. Should be. Alright. Natsuki's last. Let's see what the Pipsqueak got. Well, I can admit that it's better than the last one. It's nice to see that you're putting in some effort. That's good. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. Eh? Think so? Well, yeah, I guess. If you've been good friends with her for a long time, you might... Yeah, well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might have been on the same wavelength. But you really... My words are getting twisted up. I hate it. But you never really... But you never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know, but honestly, how could someone so, fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around a dead weight. That was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way. If it weren't for me, she'd probably just fly around. She'd probably just fly away like letting a balloon go. You could say we take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Alright. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of her words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up, and she took me to the nurse. I tried to not let her touch me. She likes spiders. So her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. Wow, that's super mean. I mean, me personally, I hate spiders, but like, if you like spiders, go ahead. Just don't bring them near me. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was my best. I hope you... I can't speak. I can't speak. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message was pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I'll have to explain it. Sometimes you can't explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. If it helps people realize how stupid they're being, like anyone who would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course. It's how everyone thinks That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. So I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid to, if people found out, they'd make fun of you, or else they'll think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes, as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Huh, that's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today. Did you say Yuri? Yeah. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about things. Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything to worry about. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Natsuki had trouble finding words. I guess I should try to not be so mean to her. She feels so insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff. I mean, I always hate people who make others feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it sounds like she's learned her lesson. Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. That's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important. But I want people to think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow, too, so look forward to it. Good on her. Good on Small Fry. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned for today, so if everyone could sit in front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're gonna keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Yuri has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're gonna be performing. Performing? Monica? Yeah, we're gonna be having a poetry performance. Each of us is going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori is putting up all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori has been coloring a poster. She holds it up for everyone to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't tell... You didn't already start putting up posters, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think that's bad? Do you really think that's a bad idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys. No, Sayori, I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until a couple of days ago. So it's a lot for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. I'm so sorry. But I still think we can give it our best. We're the only ones reasonable for the fate of this club. If we start the event and put on a good performance, then we'll inspire others to do the same. And even more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is about. Yeah. It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And those are the reasons why we're in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others to inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if it takes standing in front of a room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we could do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll have to get over it. Alright. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances at everyone else's exempt faces. Expectant faces? I guess I really have no choice. Haha, that's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours, and we're going to practice it we're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way. Monica, that's too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off everyone to help you everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Aha, of course. Now, let's see. Monica flips through her notebooks to a specific poem she has in mind for herself, then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, and bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes her recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Huh? Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she started reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost as like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed in her books. Her quivering voice will transform into sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. A strong, independent woman who don't need no man. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she has enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into a whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, as if she's bewildered, even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we all give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we're so caught off guard by that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Alright, I'm going next then. So Yuri hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. Mine's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think that you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror, or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow, it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem wasn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read the poem on this paper, I probably wouldn't think very much of it, but hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost makes it a whole new meaning. Maybe that's what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even he liked it. Guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of this poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of general delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a bit more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing this kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of other people. Well, next time, I'm gonna have to pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have very much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Muffin. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Muffin lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki, it's fine. I might as well get it over with. It's not like I have very much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, and it makes me feel terribly awkward. I'll recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive an applaud anyway. Sorry, I'm really not good as everyone else. Don't worry about it. I think it's less about your abilities and more about the lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that will improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she begins reciting her poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she seems a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. In Natsuki's trademark style, it's worked surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, and it's giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Ah, well, do you feel like you are prepared enough to recite it in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people is way easier. Will be way easier. I can put whatever face I want on other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is. So, well, I guess in that case, you wouldn't have very much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope everyone that you all have an idea of what it's like now. I can't English today. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poems to recite instead. That's fine too. If it doesn't have to be your own. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Aha, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try and write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish playing tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's a big day. Can't wait. I can do this. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm in Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. You don't have to make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Buffy. You don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. Oh, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. Like, how we get to... I mean... Sayori fumbles with her own words. So, let's just say that one day, Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? Kind of putting me on the spot here. I mean, if she asked, I'm not going to refuse. I'm not a monster. Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down, so... Isn't she so beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with it, with what I just said. You admitted it. Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never gonna happen. Well, maybe. But I like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know? Need you? Sayori, I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry, everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. you say so. The conversation trails off, and I'm left feeling awkward. But it was kind of her fault for trapping me in such a weird question. I can't just lie to her. But if something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what's going to happen in that time? Ooh. Foreshadowing, maybe? Alright, we need to pick a poem. Alright, so horror. I like things that are scary. Okay, universe? Question. Vivid. Intellectual. I like things that make me think I'm smart. Marriage, marshmallow, sadness, melody. I love melodies and everything. It just makes it have a certain flow to it. I'm putting myself into this role. Eternity. I do love some secrets to me. Whispers, sweet, email, inferno, lazy. Inferno? Okay. Whirlwind, singing, analysis, unending, uncanny, extraordinary. Yes, frightening. I need me some horror in my stories. I like feeling scared. Alright. Insight. Vivacious. Now we're gonna do some adventure. Anime. Now we're gonna do some disoriented, huh? Crimson. Yeah. Childhood and misfortune, followed by lust. Whoo! Alright. That's probably what I'm gonna do. I'll make the poem, then I'll recite it, then I'll end the episode there. So, thank you guys for watching. I know this was really long, but I'm really happy you guys made it through it. I want to thank you. Please feel free to like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment down below to give me some insight to how I can make videos better or what you guys want to see next. That being said, I will see you guys next time.